All right. Well, concert review time. I think this is the first time. I know I did a video for my Kendrick Lamar show, the first hip hop show I went to, but I don't think I did it in like a review format. Anyway, whatever. I'll do two parts, essentially the concert itself and then my experience at the show. I'm home, back from Hollywood, safe, a little tired. I was telling my wife earlier, just a couple minutes ago, I feel like I'm hungover. Like, and I didn't drink anything last night. Jpegmafia live in Hollywood at the Palladium. Before I talk about show, actually, the venue, the Palladium, apparently it went through some renovation recently. Cool venue, really cool venue, in my opinion. Pretty good size. You know, it's a big, small venue, if that makes sense. You know, it feels like you're right there and you're in the show and you're present and all that stuff, but it holds a good amount of people. I don't know how many were there, but good size venue, good sound, good lights. You know, it's just cool layout, easy to get in and out of, all that kind of stuff. So that was nice. If you're looking at shows and they're going to be at the Palladium, I'll give a thumbs up on that one. With Peggy and this show, first time seeing Jpegmafia live. What a show. Hell of a show. The first thing that really comes to mind in terms of this concert, it was Peggy himself and his vocal performance. You know, with him, I talk so much about the production and what he's doing and how creative he is and all this other stuff, which is true. But I feel like I don't really buy into his lyrics as much. It's like it's almost like I set his vocal performance to the side, and I don't really know why that is. Probably just because I'm so enamored by the production. But, you know, you've got, what's that one video, the Thug Tears, where he's got the purple background and he's just going off doing Thug Tears. Peggy was spitting fire. I mean, he showed up, man, and he fucking put in the work. And it was great because he was going hard when he needed to go hard. He was giving it to us nice and soft like when he was doing a couple of his acapella covers and shit. Like, it was a show. He did a great job in terms of just being there, putting on the show. The sound was good. I kind of went back and forth on the volume because sometimes I was like, maybe it's a little loud. But then other times, like, no, it needs to be loud because of what's playing. And it's a pure energy type of show. And that's exactly what it was. God damn, dude. I can't even begin. I'll get into that in the second half in terms of like my experience with it. Musically, the track list, the set list I think it was great. It was great. Lots of music off of Lay Down My Life for You. Let's see, Sin Miedo. He played It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I was very excited about that. I really wanted to hear that one live. It was excellent live, especially when that bass kicks in. Oh, that like low rumbling bass. That shit was like pounding through my chest. New Black History, no Vince Staples, unfortunately. He even mentioned that to start with. He's like, nah, he couldn't be here tonight, but, we're going to do the song anyway. Don't Rely on Other Men, Vulgar Display of Power, Ex-Military, JPEG Ultra, Either On or Off the Drugs was also performed, so that was really cool. So a good chunk off of the new album. I don't remember exactly. Some tracks off Scaring the Hose, Garbage Pail Kids. I was so happy to hear that one live because another beat that just hammers down. And that was another great one to hear live. That was fantastic. Scaring the Hose, Lean Beef Patty, Step a Pig, and then a couple tracks off of Veteran, a couple tracks off of Cornballs. You know, it was a good mix. I think he performed for a little over an hour or about an hour. So, yeah, overall, man, good show, good time, good energy. It was great, too, as the night was going on. He's like, all right, y'all. Got a couple more songs for you. And when he first started saying, I've got a couple more songs for you, everyone was like, yeah, yeah. And then as the night went on, the yeah kind of started to die off because people were just wiped out. It was essentially like an hour-long cardio session for everybody in that room on the floor, which I was on the floor. And so that was great. And I think that's it, really, honestly. I mean, my review would be if you're on the fence or you've been wanting to see Jpegmafia and you just haven't like pulled the trigger yet, go. Be aware that if you're on the floor, it gets pretty wild. It was pretty rowdy, but go see this show live. I remember a couple years back, he had a show that I wanted to go to and I wasn't able to, and I was all pissed off about it because like, man, He's going to blow up. He's going to get all big. I'm not going to be able to see him in a smaller venue, which is so fantastic when you can see these guys in a smaller venue because you're just right there. I think to start with, I don't know, I was 15, 20 feet back from the stage. So it was just incredible. So if you're hesitant on it, go. If you're scared, about the physicality of the crowd, just don't get so close to the stage and you'll be okay. You'll be all right. So overall, yes. Fantastic show. Had a great time. Definitely worth the travel down to Hollywood. It's a bit of a drive for me. It's about 4 hours to get to Hollywood for me, but it was fun. In terms of personal experience, it was very cool. Very, very cool. I remember there was a couple days right before the show where I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, I don't know. I'd put on the video. I'm going to be down there. If you guys see me, if I'm going to wear the shirt, all this stuff, feel free to say hi. And I didn't know what to expect. I was like, I'm sure a couple people will see me or recognize me. How many? I don't know. And I kept telling myself, don't worry about it. Like, don't get any expectations. Don't think that you're going to be a celebrity. Don't think that but just whatever it is what it is. I cannot believe how many people came up to say hi. You guys were so cool. You were so awesome. You made me feel like a micro celebrity for the night. It was really cool. The best part too was like everyone was just so happy, so enthusiastic, and cool about it. And I mean, I think everybody knew, yeah, you can approach me because I said in the video and stuff, but like, there's some stuff that came out the other day with what's the artist, Chapel Roan, and she was talking about how it's weird to come up to somebody and pretend like And I think there's a lot of validity to what was said in those statements that she made. I agree. But, my situation was different because I told people, yeah, if you see me, come on up. And everybody was super cool. Everyone was super cool. It was so fun. So fun. And it was especially nice for me because, I was there by myself. So I was like, if nobody really says anything, it'll just be me standing there by myself, which not that anybody cares or notices. But, when you're just by yourself, it's like, oh, this feels odd. Started out, I don't know, like I was saying, about 15, 20 feet from the stage or so. And I swear to God, those first 3 tracks, it was nothing but sheer survival for me. There was a guy in front of me. I'm going to try and like weave in some pictures and I'm going to try and do some editing on this video. There was a guy in front of me. I was literally like holding on to him. I was like a scared cat. And at one point, I felt like I needed to apologize for just literally holding on to him. But at the same time, he didn't seem to be bothered by it at all. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to like hold on to this guy. Because as soon as Peggy got on stage and everyone like pushed forward and it got real packed in. And I've got a little, like a clip here. I'll show at the end. Some shitty phone footage. It was just like it all became one mass of people. We were not individuals anymore. We were one mass, just linked together, jumping up and down and swaying and moving. And there was a couple times those fell over. Best part was I'm dumb because I didn't think about it beforehand. I'm a person that likes to be barefoot and I don't like shoes. My feet get too hot. I wore flip-flops to the show like a moron. Didn't even think about it. So I had to like curl my toes in on my flip-flops. And at one point, I was literally keeping on one foot to try and minimize the space where my foot was because people were stepping on my toes all over the place and it fucking hurt a little bit. Not too bad. I got lucky. I got lucky for that experience. As the show went on, like just this moving around, I naturally kind of got like forced back a little bit. And that was honestly fine with me. I was already drenched in sweat by that point. I mean, I was just like fucking pouring sweat. It was nasty. It was gross. I sweat a lot and I don't like it, but it was nasty. And so it was nice to be back and kind of just not pressed up against 8, 9 other people at the same time. Can kind of breathe a little bit and feet were getting stomped on a little bit. And then with the size of the venue, Peggy's still right there. So I could still enjoy the show and see the show. I remember at one point, I forget the track. I forget the track name. It's off of Veteran, where he uses the sample of Old Dirty Bastard and the yelling and shit. He turn all the lights out, open up that pit, and it was right in front of me. I remember feeling like some scene in, the Marvel movie where the bad guy starts the thing that's going to slowly destroy the whole earth and it's growing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm right on the edge. Ah! I have to get away from the pit before it swallows me up. And then the best part too is at one point, because it was mostly guys. The crowd was probably like 80% guys. And there were some girls there. And at one point, I see this like dainty little thing go running in. I'm like, what the fuck was that? like a little, I don't know, bullet train, just boom, right into the pit. So that was cool. I'm just super happy that he played either On or Off the Drugs. That was so cool to hear live. And then that he closed with It's Dark and Hell is Hot. That was a great closer. What else? I don't know. It's really neat to see so many people enthusiastic about the channel. I think that's fucking great. It makes me feel good. It's nice to see like real people associated with. Comments are real for the most part. There's bot comments, but whatever. It's just cool to see the excitement, the happiness from real people. And I think, okay, cool. All this blabbering in front of my camera and microphone, it means something to somebody. So that's nice. And yeah, you guys really did make me feel like a little mini celebrity for the night. It was super fun taking pictures with everybody and saying hi and chatting and what have you. I have to give a shout out. I was told specifically there was a guy who moved from Miami to Hollywood to get into some music industry stuff, and he had on his ski goggles and his like. He almost looked like Macho Man Randy Savage from the 80s. He had this whole like thing on. Shout out to him. Shout out to Colin. Shout out to the guy. I don't think I ever caught your name, but you kind of like hung with me the whole night, just to like, you're almost like my guardian angel, basically, just making sure, I didn't like dislocate my hip or some shit. Get my toes stomped off during the night. That was cool. There was another guy I felt like you really wanted to talk about. You're very excited about what I said in the opener of the Jesus is King reaction and my whole experience with religion. And I felt bad because I felt like you really wanted to talk about that. I would have loved to have talked about that. But I just, you saw what happened. I got swept up. There you go. And, shout out to everybody. It was super fun. Great show. Fuck, man. Great show. And then I guess I'll end it. I'll put in some clips from my phone. I was thinking... Going into it, I was like, I'm going to record a lot. And then when I got there, I was like, I just don't want to. I like being there. I like being present. I like just enjoying it. I feel like anytime I get my phone out, I stop paying attention to what's happening and I start trying to pay attention to and I just don't want to do that, So I've got a little bit of recording from my phone and then like a first reaction when I got back to the room, how I felt. Really
showing, highlights, lips blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you.
Well, the video quality is shit and the audio is probably terrible too. This is the room. My wife said I have to film the room so it can be tax deductible. Oh, fuck. I just got pegged by Peggy. First Jpegmafia concert, Hollywood, Palladium. Oh my god. Hell of a show. Fucking wild. When it started, I think I was like 15 feet back from the stage. And those first 3 songs, honestly, couldn't even tell you which ones they were. It was just Survive. Like, I have never been part of such a heaping, jumping, vibrant body of energy in my life. That was fucking insane. Worst part is I'm dumb, I didn't plan ahead, and I wore flip-flops on the floor. I survived. A little bit of blood on my toes. A little bit. No, not even really. Just a couple scrapes. But dumb. That was dumb on my part. I don't really know what else to say. Hell of a show. He played On or Off the Drugs. He played It's Dark and Hell's Hot at the end, which was a great closer. Free the Frail. I mean, just great fucking show. So many people who came up and said hello. It was fucking mind blowing. Honestly, it was very flattering. It was super cool. It made me just realize, like, I've always personally believed that music is a thread that can weave through all of us and kind of help bring us together to some extent, not necessarily all the way. We're always going to have differences, but fuck, man, tonight it was like we're all just. It was the same thing with the Kendrick show, and the Kendrick show was a little different just because of the style, but like this was just. It's like you weren't even really people anymore. It was just a mass. It was wild. It was wild. I'm gonna go drink a gallon of water and take a shower. I'm soaked in sweat. Shout out to everybody who said hello. It's fucking cool. I don't know what else to say. I'm really just kind of like trying to grab anything before I pass out for the night. Yeah, anyway, there you go. All right.